Hey everybody. So it's in my experience, and thus my opinion, now my opinion, belief, whatever you call it, that there is you can develop perception. You can develop perception. You also came here with a particular type of perception based on the particular type of energetic pattern you have and the nurturing that you went through as as a human being or a creature. So with that being said, like for me, I have a very deep and close connection to a particular type of perception that's actually just purely positive. Like there is a part of me that knows what it's like to live in a state that's just perpetuating love and goodness and peace and harmony and like really good, beautiful things. And these are things that we can cultivate. These are things that we can adopt and absorb and learn to act in good accordance with based on the choices that we make day to day, moment to moment, second to second. And another thing too, I want to say about like misery, like having issues and problems in your life. Again, my thing is about it is like you have to be careful because like when you're in misery does love company. In my experience, like I've been around a lot of people, like a lot of times, you know, when people are hurt, listening to them can be good, but you also don't want to like. They're energy feeding, like energy vampires and shit like that. Like that shit's real. It's very real, and I've seen it, and I've been around it, and I've even myself done it a couple of times. I haven't done it in a very long time, but a lot of times people that are hurting, that have been through a lot of trauma, they they can get stuck in that trauma, and because of that being stuck in that trauma, they feel isolated from the rest of the world, and so it's like I think maybe they feel like in order to like connect to the rest of the world, like they have to share their trauma, and they have to actually like when I say share, they mean they actually want other people in a sense to feel their pain, which goes ties into how hurt people. And by continuing to, complain or speak on their misery or to voice it with such like there's a difference between like just voicing it as something that's inside of yourself and that needs to be let out, and then there's another way of just continuing to repeat, essentially the same type of pain over and over and over again, and expecting something different to happen, but you're continuing to do just the same shit. You're just continuing to talk about, it's like me being a drug addict and talking about how, there's always this desire for me to want to do more and more and more and more and more. And then so I do more and more and more and more and more and more. This is why the whole philosophy of Aleister Crowley and do what thou wilt is completely flawed. And it's also the reason why largely why the way the world is the way that it is, because people are just doing what the fuck they want to do without thinking about the consequences of their actions towards others. And I just going back to the analogy of like, oh yeah, it sounds pretty unpleasant to people who want to do what they want to do, but what about the dude who wants to go around killing people? What about the dude that wants to go around polluting the earth to make more money? Like that's where these things fucking fuck up other things. So it's really a flawed way of thinking that's only going to bring about more chaos, anarchy, and destruction. So if that's what you want, then that's what you're going to get. And I mean that's how you can get it is by just listening to whatever you feel like doing in the moment. This is why we have things like the word. Like if you do practice the word of Yahushua, like if you're continuing to just do as much love as you can throughout your life, you will absorb and become more like love. Your whole being will change, your energy frequency will change, your looks will change, your skin will change, your voice will change, everything about you will change the more that you perpetuate love. Just like you'll change the more you perpetuate hate or evilness or disgust or whatever the fuck it may be. These things do have an effect. So like there is a way that we can develop a society that is in harmony with love, and by living in a society that's in harmony with love and working the duties that is required to maintain a society that's in accordance with love, you will become more loving. You will feel good about the society. It will not be a miserable place. Even if you have pain inside your heart, you'll be in a place where it's like there's actually like it's like a flower. Like when you're hurting or something, or when you have, and even in your bad mood and you walk past a flower and you smell the flower, like that helps your mood out, man. It really does. And it's not about taking away the pain. It's just about knowing that there's things in life that help us. There's painful things and there's good things. We go through the pain, but you don't have to get stuck in the pain. If you choose to continue talking about the pain, you choose to focus on the pain that you've been in, you're going to continue to stay in that cycle of pain. But if you choose to just like, okay, it's a part of life, it happened for a reason, I'm not hearing it now, like I have this other opportunities in front of me, like there's these wonderful flowers out here, there's other people out here, there's opportunities, there's lessons to be learned, like everything is a growing experience, like that goes back in, do you really believe in karma? Do you think everything's random? I mean, so these are, I don't think so. Like whenever I'm in pain, like the more that I try to blame others for my pain, the worse I feel my pain gets. That's just my experience. So, I haven't been through everything that everybody else has been through, but based on what I've been through, the more that I take accountability for putting myself in that position, the less painful the situation is, and the quicker I'm able to learn from it and move from it, thus transmutating it into something better, more loving, which is good, and it feels good to be that way. And then you can also transmit or share that goodness with others, and you can also use your experience as a growing lesson for others too. So, that's what this whole project is about, is helping reshape the perception of humanity, because we've lived in a fucking society and an infrastructure and a global fucking network of doing things that's really centered all around just fucking selfishness and making more money and fucking prospering over other people and exploiting things as well as they can be to make a fucking buck. And this is why there's so much misery in the world, because people aren't perpetuating the love. They're perpetuating their own selfishness, their own pride, their own self-importance over others. So it's disharmonious in a bad way. I mean, it's harmonious, but in a bad way, which is in disharmony of good harmony. All right. I love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.